Welcome back to BrokeN Boys. This is episode 89. I'm Colin.
And I am Mike.
Are ya?
Yeah. I had to think about it for a second.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm. It's sad that I had to think about it, or sad that I am Mike?
Up to interpretation.
Okay, yeah.
It is November 11th, which means it's Skyrim Day. Happy Skyrim Day, everybody.
Skyrim is 11 years old.
Yep.
From 11/11/11. Mm-hmm.
And I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it on here, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. Skyrim's overrated as fuck.
You have said that
and
on the pod.
It's dumb. Fuck that game.
I do not agree with his opinion.
Bethesda's bad at making games.
They're bad at polishing their games.
Yeah, and
as of late, I would agree with they're bad at making games.
I don't know. They have I understand they have a method and a formula for making games, but it's just boring.
I mean, that's fair. I can see the argument.
Yeah,
I like them.
That's fair. It's fair. Yeah, anyone can like anything, but you know, Skyrim.
I like men.
That's good.
You don't have any objections to that?
No, why would I?
Okay. I don't know, past incidences.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me neither. It's trying to do a bit, but,
I'll have you know that I like men too.
Oh, shit.
Just not you.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not a man. I'm a boy.
I'm a Muppet.
Exactly.
Yeah. How's your week been, Mike?
It's been okay. I've been very busy still, but I gave myself an extended weekend this week. I gave myself an extended weekend, so I feel a little more refreshed than usual. My school week was 3 days a week. Goddamn, do I wish it was like that all the time. Because we had off on Tuesday because that was voting time. A lot of voting.
Hope you voted.
Public school. Yeah.
I forgot to, which is sad because I told everyone to.
Wow. You literally were mad at me because I said I was not going to.
It's okay. If you didn't vote, then get them next time. I will. Yeah,
part of my thing, in my own defense, was we live in a very blue area, and a lot of the things we were going to vote for was going to be blue, and obviously that's what I want it to be. So and that's not the only reason I didn't vote. It's mostly because I've had a lot of shit to do this last few weeks and everything. I'm just like, I don't have time for that. I don't really.
And I'm sure you're not registered to vote down here, so you'd have to go.
That's actually also true. Home. Yeah, no, I'm probably not registered down here. Yeah, so even then, I don't know. I want to say I don't want to do research, but I'm not going to just put time into who does this guy do? What does this guy do? What is this guy? If they're blue, I'll fucking take it. I don't care.
Vote blue.
Yes. Anyways, we had Tuesday off inherently, and then Monday I decided just to not go to school, give myself a day off because I can miss those 2 classes that were there, and I can miss a few classes of each of those, and without it affecting me. So I did that, and then I, spent working on the film score and all that shit. Got some good sleep in me. My sleep schedule is still not great. Surprise, surprise.
Wow.
I know it's a shocker to everyone. But I wasn't super tired at school this week, so that was a lot better than last week. That was pretty good. I didn't really do anything super significant other than just, spend my time working on the film score. That's going pretty well. I can announce now the movie comes out on December 10th. So when we get to that podcast episode, well, I guess we will record before it comes out, but when the episode releases, it'll be out because it comes out on a Saturday. So we'll talk about that. Be like, hey, go watch the movie, listen to the score. That's also I'm also gonna release the score on Spotify and stuff. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do it on the Plaintive page. I may make another page for it.
I think you should
do it on the Plaintive page.
Yeah. Shows variety.
That's true. Yeah. you get a pop rock album, a sad breakup, and then film score. Maybe. I don't know. I'll see. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll let you guys know when that gets there. But I think it's going well so far. I think I'm coming up with some cool stuff. But yeah, there's that. The weather's been real fucky. It's going to continue to be fucky. Because yesterday it was like 73 or something like that, and today I saw my breath.
Yeah.
And and tomorrow, and I think continuing into the rest of next week, it's supposed to be like literal 20s, and we're gonna get snow. So.
Yep.
Illinois. Woo woo woo.
It's also November.
It is. November is here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, but.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm just, November is cold time anyway. So.
I agree. I just, the bipolarness
we were getting
of
weird fucking weather. Like, really way too warm weather for November.
That's
and
true.
October, for that matter.
I just find it interesting how steep of a cutoff it is. Going from literal 70s to literal 20s within a couple days.
That's how it was when fall started. Like, it was like warmer beforehand. And then, like, Weezer came out. And
oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the day Weezer came out, it wasn't, like, cold, though. No. It was just, like, 50s, I think.
It was,
something
like, fall
that.
cold.
Yeah,
So.
It was, like, normal fall weather, yeah. That's a good point. But still, I just find that weather thing interesting.
Yeah, that's Illinois for you.
It is Illinois.
If you've ever lived in Illinois, don't.
Fair point. But, yeah, there's that. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know. I had a presentation today on a little. I have a class I'm doing that's like studying symphonic music. It's honestly a really easy class, but there's a lot of nice people in there, and like that's probably one of the smoothest presentations I've ever had. I'm not sure why, but like usually when I go up there, I get like shaky and my name is Mike, that kind of shit. But I was like. Surprisingly like pretty chill when I went up there and did it. I like kind of knew my shit, talked pretty naturally. I stumbled over my words a bit, but I'm me, and I don't think it was like an awkward way. But yeah, I think that went pretty well. So that was kind of a good confidence booster.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, though, I'm just gonna continue doing shit. I have some performances coming up. Tomorrow I am playing on someone's senior recital. We're doing a clarinet trio thing, and it becoming really cold is going to be kind of bad because that's going to fuck with our instruments. Clarinets have a reed on them, and those reeds literally do change with the weather. So all of our good reeds right now are going to be our bad reeds, and we just have to kind of hope we have a good reed. So
I do not miss that shit.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, the clarinet, I don't talk about the clarinet much on here, and that's because, it's literally become, it's a very strong love-hate relationship with, mostly leaning on the hate side. And I'll be happy not to play it after college, but, like, I still like the sound of a clarinet. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But that's also the reason why I did not choose piano as my instrument when I went to college, because I knew that I would probably end up hating my instrument by the time I'm out of college, and I didn't want to hate the piano because I love the piano. So now I don't hate the piano, and I can do it for whatever shit I want to. There's that, and then also we have a little recital for all the composers at our school. They have a recital, which is a work that all of us have been working on. We do a performance of, and that's on Tuesday, so that's also a thing. And then I gotta be at school on Sunday for a rehearsal, so I don't really get a weekend, but is what it is. That's why I get for giving myself
a long one last week.
Yeah, and now I just don't get one until fall break next week. God,
I can't wait to go fucking home, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. But yeah, that's pretty much what my week has been like. Somewhat relaxing, a little bit of a calm before the storm, somewhat. It's kind of like an eye of the storm more. I had, bullshit last week, and I'll have some bullshit next week. But for now, I'm good. How about you? How's your week been?
It's been all right. A lot more work than last week.
Mm-hmm.
I worked over the weekend, and then I worked from fucking Tuesday to yesterday. So, nice 3-day span of work. And it was fine, you know. Idiot customers as usual. Over the weekend was very fun because our safe was down, so we couldn't put cash in it or take cash out, so we had to be card only. And there were like 8 signs all over the place that I made and I taped up, and people just
graphic design is your passion.
Yes, it is. They just neglect to read or pay attention to things around them, and you know, there was a couple of people that came in and got cash back, and I was like, you weren't supposed to do that. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So we had to call my manager, and she was like, well, you just got to give it to him. I was like, okay.
How?
I had enough for...
In like, the register?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that was $20, so, you know, whatever. It's like, it's not that much, but it's enough to make me go, okay, I don't have a lot of money in here. And then
gotta pay out of pocket.
Right.
Pull out your wallet.
And then fucking right after my assistant manager left, this guy comes in and he gets $40 cash back, and I'm like,
oh, Jesus Christ,
you weren't supposed to do that. There's a sign right there, right in front of you on the thing. And he's like, sorry man, I just looked over it. I was like, okay. So I gave him the rest of the cash in my drawer. And then it was like,
oh man,
it was like 5. It was like 2 5s, like 31s.
Holy shit!
No, it wasn't 31s. It was like 20.
That's still a lot of
25,
ones.
20, something like that. Yeah, and then it was like some quarters and like a golden dollar. And I was like, here you go. And he's like, sorry, man. And I was like, oh, fuck, just get out of here.
Scram.
Yeah, that was not a fun weekend. And, you know, especially on Saturday, because there was a football game and people were trying to come in and get cash and pay cash anyway, because that's what they had for the game. So it was just so fun. You know, and then fucking, you know, Monday... Matt Watson's album came out. We'll talk about that later. And then, you know, my other big thing for this week was fucking God of War Ragnarok.
Right.
I, you know, pre-ordered that, and then I waited and waited. And then, you know, Tuesday night after work at 11 when it dropped, I just sat there and I just absorbed an hour and a half of the game, and then I didn't get to play it on Wednesday. I was very upset. And then I played like 5 hours yesterday.
Damn.
And then like 3 more today. So
going off.
I'm going off. I fucking love the game. It's so fucking good.
No, that's great.
Santa Monica Studios, amazing.
Is that the name of the development company? I feel like I've never heard that before. That's interesting.
Sony Santa Monica. But yeah, they're fucking great. The game's great. Very excited to continue playing that.
Awesome.
But you know, other than that, we had like a store meeting yesterday, which was pointless, as they usually go. Yeah, I don't think I had I think I was looking at Anchor the other day, and we lost the MILFs.
We lost the MILFs?
Yeah.
God damn it, what do we gotta do to get them back?
I don't know.
Freaky Fellas 3?
So I think
it's a little
so.
early.
I mean, if you want to look at the stats.
Yeah, hold on one sec.
Anchor.
Looking at the stats. Live on pod.
Live on pod. Stats.
Loading.
It's my favorite class. Stats.
Hey, we have an audience side of 10 though,
Let's
because
go,
that's
baby.
a little bit more than usual. Audience. Oh, sex offender. What do you mean?
Oh,
we
no,
got
we didn't.
71%.
I was looking at the phone app, and it said that the
Yeah.
majority of people were the 0 to 17.
We still got the MILFs here.
We got the MILFs.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to see.
Got MILFs?
We do.
They're all from the United States. Or are they all from Illinois?
Can you check that?
Yeah, go hit United States.
Oh, they pretty much are.
Yeah.
The MILFs from Illinois. Here to stay.
Does it have specific areas to it?
Oh shit, they do.
Oh, Chicago.
Oh.
Pekin.
Okay. Pekin, normal.
Carpentersville. Go. Less than 1%.
I don't even know where that is.
It's near, I think. somewhere.
We gotta look up
Carpentersville.
We won't reveal how near it is to us.
I think
for
it's
safety
towards
reasons.
Chicago.
Is it? Village in Illinois. Yes.
Yes, not too far out of Chicago.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's.
Where that came from.
Lied, MILFs, you're still here. Thanks for staying.
Thanks, Illinois MILFs.
All you Illinois MILFs out there.
Shout out to my Illinois MILFs. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my week. I didn't have a ton other than God of War and work, so.
Nice. Yeah, I just had one other thing to add on to mine. Last week I got a little parasocial with Brad Tasting in Music, and it continued this week. He uploaded a video called Best Profanity in Music. If you go to the very last example in that video, you may see a little familiar YouTube channel called Plaintive. Yeah, I did the example of Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish because that's some good profanity. I think it works really well in that song. And he agreed. And he's like, damn, this is a good song. I was like, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. So yeah, another interaction with Brad in the books. Podcasts coming soon.
They're coming closer together.
Yeah.
We'll get him soon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it just loaded in now.
That.
Okay.
Greatest profanity.
Yeah, his Kid A is his background. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's been like that for a long time.
Has it?
Yeah.
I don't usually look at people's banners that much. But...
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if there's much in the way of music news this week.
Was there music news? I feel like there was something, but I can't think of what it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Me neither. If I think of it, I'll know.
Not music news, but Twitter news. A lot of that shit's been going on.
Oh, yeah.
Elon's fuckery.
Yeah, so nowadays, this is a new change to Twitter, which I hope does change in the future. In order to really milk more money, you can now buy verification for like $8 a month, I think it is. Yeah. You can pay to be verified on Twitter, and now verification is like a lot more. Like if you're not verified, your tweets pretty much get like blacklisted. At least that's going to be the plan. I don't think it's exactly like that currently, but people pay for verification now, and now I remember, I think it was Ludwig, he says, I can hardly respond to my own friends' DMs, and now I'm getting DMs from a bunch of fucking randos who have verifications. And it's like, that's not how that should work.
No, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, there's people creating parody accounts, and, they name it like Chiquita or Nestle or something like that, and they just tweet the most awful shit.
Yeah, most vile,
there was a Nintendo of America one that was just like they tweeted a picture of Mario flipping off the camera, and then a couple other things, and people got mad at Nintendo for it, and they were like, "It wasn't us." And then H3H3 has been like he's been fucking around with it, and he made his name Elon Musk, and then he tweeted a bunch of like stuff about Elon that is kind of public knowledge, but like is controversial. Yeah. And then Elon permanently banned him off of Twitter. So,
wow. Yeah. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. Elon. One of his tweets last week was like, "Comedy's alive again," and then he banned Ethan, and everyone's like, I guess comedy's dead again.
Yep. Where's our free speech?
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been fun to watch go down.
Jesus. Yeah. Paying for verification is like one of the stupidest things possible.
I was kind of thinking about doing it for the BrokeN Boys Twitter.
It will be a little funny. But you shouldn't be able to just pay for verification. There's a reason why it's called verified. And if so, make it like distinct. Right. Because now the only way to see, at least on mobile, is like you have to go to their profile and click on the verified symbol, and then it'll say, this user paid for verification, like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. But then earlier this week they also added a second verification tag that was like the real deal or whatever it was. It said like this is the real person, and then people were like, whoa, it's me, I'm the real person, and then they got rid of it like 2 minutes later. But yeah, Ludwig bought Twitter Blue to like edit tweets, and then now it just says he bought his verification.
Yeah.
He's like, this is a mistake.
That's actually really funny.
But yeah, that's fun. I like Twitter, and I hope it, I hope he sells the company to someone else.
Yeah, I don't like Twitter. Twitter, I think, has some perks, but generally do not like it. The less I've been using it, the more happy I've been.
Yeah, that might explain why I'm depressed all the time.
It could be,
We've got a good amount of releases this week.
Yeah.
We got Matt Watson on Monday. We had a Half Alive song, Quadeca and Man-Made Sunshine come out today.
Yes, sir.
But which one would you want to start off with? Half Alive, because it was.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
It was Rise Up, right?
I think it was called? High Up.
High Up.
I was just about to check that. Yep, High Up by Half Alive.
I think it's better than Did I Make You Up. I think it's unique. I think it's different for them. I only listened to it a couple times, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I actually like it a lot.
Oh yeah.
I think this is like, I mean, it's been no secret that I've been a little so on a lot of stuff this whole album cycle. I'm just going to refer to it all as one album cycle now, even though whatever the fuck Give Me Your Shoulders was, I don't know. But yeah, of all that stuff, I think this is one of the strongest singles they've done. I think recently I've been discovering my love for Time too, even though I guess that's no longer a single now, or I guess it's just its own singular
Which is weird,
thing.
'cause it was released after What's Wrong.
It was, yeah. It's such an odd thing. Once again, don't know what's going on there, but in terms of like the things that we know are going to be on the album, I honestly think this is the strongest song. I think I think it's better than all the things on.
Give Me Your Shoulders.
Give Me Your Shoulders. Thank you. I said it a second ago, so I did know it. Yeah, I don't know. I think I really like the chorus. I really like how it's kind of like has two parts to the chorus. I can't think of what the second part goes like right now, but like it strips away some of the stuff. It's just like percussive, and he's like something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I like a lot of stuff about it, and the production's like really good, which it hasn't always been really good on some of these songs. So
yeah, it's good to see them, release something that's better.
Yeah.
And I hope that the rest of the songs say that much, because I
don't know.
I hope the album's good.
I hope so too. I really do.
And gives us a little hope with High Up. Wouldn't say it's high hopes. But yeah, it's there.
Yeah, I don't think the album's gonna be bad,
No.
and I don't think you do either. But like, it was kind of going like, this could be mid.
Yeah.
So I'm more on the positive than the mid side, but we'll see. We'll see when we get there.
Cross my fingers.
Keep you updated. December something.
December
right?
2nd. We got
3
weeks from today.
3 weeks. Oh, that's gonna be a busy fucking week. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. We'll see if I can actually listen to it that week. That's gonna be a long one.
You better. You got a podcast, Michael.
Yeah, I do have a car ride. I can probably listen to it in the car. But
yeah, I mean it's 18 songs long, so.
That's right. I forgot about that. Holy shit. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah.
Man-Made Sunshine. Man-Made Sunshine.
Sure. We can do that.
Man-Made Sunshine.
Leave the YouTubers for their own little thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I haven't listened to Quadeca.
That's true.
All the way through.
That's true.
But you can talk about it.
Yeah.
Man-Made Sunshine, though. Conor Mason, singer for Nothing But Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
His album, his little EP came out. And it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the singing's phenomenal, of course. It's very interesting to see, stuff that would never be on a Nothing But Thieves album make it onto here.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I liked it. I wouldn't say anything on here really like blew me away.
No.
But like I think it's a good collection of tracks. I like a lot of the kind of, I don't know if synth pop would be the right word, but leaning more into like indie pop, I guess. Instead of alt rock is more like what I would call Nothing But Thieves. It's kind of cool hearing that change of pace with his voice and vocals. And like Colin said, obviously he gives great vocal performances all throughout here because Conor Mason is a beast.
Yeah.
A beast on the mic. But yeah, no, I like it. I think there's a lot of cool moments in the songs. I wouldn't say any of them like really blew me away personally, but I like pretty much all of them. I'm not huge on the first song, personally. I think I kind of see what it's going for, but none of it really captures me all that much. And then also I think it's like about a minute too long. It's very repetitive in the last leg of it.
It's only 5 songs and it's 20 minutes long. So it's, the songs go on for a good bit, but not like...
Yeah.
I wouldn't say on any of them overstay their welcome other than like Brain in a Jar.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. No, I don't think any of the others... in fact, I actually really love the extended little outro on Rosebud. I think it's very pretty.
I like the cover a lot.
I like the cover too. I'm not sure, he didn't really release anything on that beforehand, I don't think.
No.
Looks like he's holding a big hot Cheeto like puff.
I don't know who Big is about, but it's sad. And I thought Little Bird was really good. I think that's probably his best vocal performance on
I agree.
The album.
That's what I wrote in my album of the year review. Yeah.
But Brain in a Jar, I didn't like it the first time around, but the second time around it grew on me a little bit. Mm-hmm. But it's still probably the weakest on the album.
Yeah.
But Life's Gonna Kill You If You Let It's still great.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other 3 songs are very good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling Big my first time around for whatever reason. But when I listened to it again, I've listened to it like 3 times now, I think. But I listened again, I was like, okay, actually, there's some really nice vocal harmonies and he does really well on the track. It's nice and a little catchy. Yeah. And also there's a music video for it that I just saw in my subscriber feed right before this, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, watch that.
But yeah, no, I agree with a lot of that. I think Little Bird is a pretty strong song. I really like his vocals on it. I think the lyrics are nice too. Mm-hmm. And Life's Gonna Kill You, I still enjoy quite a bit. Yeah. I really love the vibe of that track.
Yeah. I think he was saying on like Twitter and stuff that Little Bird was the first thing he wrote for this.
Oh, really?
EP.
I can see that. Yeah. So. Yeah, and then Rosebud I think is a really interesting closer too, like interesting in a good way. Not like interesting.
Yeah, it gets it gets electronic out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I kind of like that about it.
I didn't love it at first, but it grew on me a little bit.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I think it has a really strong chorus too. But yeah, it's really only Brain in the Jar that I'm like, on. But the rest of them, I'm like, yeah, those are all good tracks. Yeah. And that's kind of my feeling on it. Yeah.
I'd love to see him continue to do this.
Yeah,
stuff.
For sure.
But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Quadeca, or do you want to do our little Matt Watson?
I could do a little Quadeca break, I guess, so that way we can talk together about Matt Watson. Right. So Quadeca also released his album, I Didn't Mean to Haunt You, last night. And I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was going to. I think I even mentioned on Pod when the first single came out, Born Yesterday. I wasn't really feeling it all too much. I really liked the outro of it, but the first part of it I was like, it's all right. It doesn't deserve to be #1 single on Album of the Year, which it isn't anymore, but at the time it was. I was like, it's not that good. But I've come around on that track now because the rest of the album has it's a really unique feeling to it. It reminds me a lot of Injury Reserve's album from last year in terms of the production is really distorted and muted, but it is intentionally done so, and it's really cool textures throughout, which it works really well because the whole concept of the album is Quadeca has died and this is his ghost looking back on things in his life pretty much. Okay. So it's got a really haunted feel. It sounds like things are distant and like that. I think it's really funny because on Album of the Year one of the tags is posthumous for the album. It's a cool concept, and I think the production is done really well on it, especially in the last few tracks. I don't really remember some of the first few, but Tell Me a Joke is fantastic. Born Yesterday has really grown on me now, and the outro is phenomenal still. But then like House Settling with Danny Brown on it is fantastic. Knots is like this really, it's almost like a clipping beat, pretty much. It's really groovy. It's awesome. Fantasy World is this really beautiful piano ballad. And then he has the Sunday Service Choir from Kanye's album, Fractions of Infinity, which is beautiful. And then Cassini's Division with Thor Harris, who is the drummer for Swans.
What the hell? How do you get these people?
I don't fucking know. Yeah, and then also Born Yesterday has a Beatles sample on it too. It's like there's a lot of
get these.
I don't know.
Is he secretly rich?
Maybe.
Like what the fuck?
I don't know. There's a lot of like weird crossovers on here, but they all work in this really, really interesting like sound palette. And I think in my review on Album of the Year, I kind of compared it to Kid A by Radiohead. And like it feels like its own world of sound, which is really cool, but also it takes a sec to get into it. And I think the opening track is one of the weaker ones on the album, but like basically from Tell Me a Joke on, it's just like whoa it's really ambient, and I don't know, I like a lot of the stuff on it, and I'm really impressed by it, and I'm going to be listening to it probably for the rest of like this week. It's a really good album.
Yeah, and I started listening to it, and sorry for dying. The opener just didn't catch my attention.
Yeah,
but I didn't get to listen to the rest of the album yet.
And that's completely fair. And like I even sent in like my Discord chat, I was like, Quadeca album is phenomenal. It may not be your guys' thing, but I think it's really good. And kind of the same thing with you. Like you may enjoy it, you may not, and like that's cool. I think with headphones is kind of a good way to listen to this one, just because of the production on it is really interesting, and I think is best appreciated with some good sound. Yeah, I think if any of it sounds interesting to you, I think you should check it out. This is one of my favorite releases of the year so far. I think it really surprised me with how much I liked it.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to listen to it.
But. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. And then we get Matthew Watterson.
Yes, See You There by Matt Watson, baby.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love this album.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. It's obvious that his his repertoire, his musical like skill has grown since Ouch came out, but there's still like that feeling on some of these songs, like in Star Stud.
He produced this whole thing himself, right?
I think so. Yeah,
that's
pretty
crazy.
sure.
Yeah,
but yeah,
just a random one. Okay, it doesn't say produced by, but whatever. I think I remember him
I'm pretty
producing
sure.
a lot of his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh look, she's taking your advice.
Yeah, no. She actually, one of the people, someone in the Discord when I sent, hey, you should listen to this Quadeca album, they responded. It was someone I didn't expect to respond. She's like, yeah, I listened to it while playing RuneScape. It sounded really good. I was like, okay. I didn't expect you to respond to that, but I'll take it. But yeah, sorry. Yeah. Anyways, Matt Watson.
No, that's good. I think it's really good. I think there's some nice, there's some like, it's about love mostly, but then there's stuff like, introspective, like, fuck, am I, on Okay Then, there's a moment where he's like, I don't know, I didn't know what life was gonna be like at 17, but maybe I did. Like, it's not like bad, and like, he it's very, he talks about like, are my grandkids gonna think I'm cool, or are they just gonna think I'm a fucking loser? And then there's still some funny stuff on here, like Wacky is he's taking the persona of like of one of the wacky inflatable arm two man. Yeah. And I like that song a lot. And the interludes are really good too. Like Still I Dream of It is like this really interesting, like his like, I don't know, it's like if it's waltzy or whatever, but it's very he has like this deep tone, and he's just singing, and then it ends with like a voicemail from Ryan from Super Mega. So there's still some comedy to it, and I really enjoy this album. But, yeah. What do you think?
I mean, I'm not like as into it as you are, but I still think it's a good album. I really appreciate the amount of variation that's on here, because there's a lot of interesting stuff. Like Coral is a straight up shoegaze track, and then I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. I don't know. There's a lot of like. I don't know. I think Wacky goes into like a rock section at the end or something. Aquarium almost feels like an alt rock song, if I remember correctly. There's just a lot of, and then Ring Pop is like rap, hip hop. I don't know. There's a lot of different genres on here, but I think it's actually blended pretty well because they all have like that indie. I don't want to say at home production, but like pretty close to it. They all have that kind of feel to it. I think that's done really well. And there's a lot of really good choruses and hooks on here too that I enjoyed. I honestly wasn't huge on his voice for a lot of it. I don't know why. I don't know. His voice didn't really stand out to me too much as like some of the production and the beats. Sometimes it did. I liked it like Work It Out. I remember Work It Out I thought was a really good track. But you know, it's okay. I think sometimes it's just, you know, difference in opinion on things. I mean, like I still enjoyed it. I still think it's a pretty good record. I just wasn't huge on a lot of the stuff as much as I liked it all in concept. Actually, I meant to like Nebraska because that's a great song. There's a lot of great stuff on here. It's just some of it's not always for me personally. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
No, I personally do like his voice sounded a lot.
Yeah.
But you know, I love Ouch. So
yeah.
You know, I don't know. I was very hyped for this album. He was talking about it all year. Like the singles really got me excited for it. Ring Pop I wasn't huge on, but it's grown on me since. And Star Stud was like fantastic, and I still love that song a lot. But you know, it met the hype for me, and I'm glad it did.
Totally cool. Happy for you.
Yeah, I love this. I just love it.
Yeah,
Matt. Give me a ring, Matt.
Yeah. Second guest on the pod, Matt Watson.
So cool.
I think it's a good album as well.
Yeah.
If it sounds interesting to you, you should also check it out.
Bless you, Vince.
Yeah, someone bless you.
Bless you, Vince.
Yeah.
But I do like that it goes all over the place with the different styles.
Yeah.
Like you were saying with the chorals, like the shoegaze.
Yeah, I think even now it's almost like it's like a 70s, 80s pop song or something. So like it feels like I don't know how to describe it. Like a pop ballad almost from like the 70s and 80s, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I don't know. It had a cool sound to it though, which I appreciated. Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed the production on Ouch. I liked that it was very synthy and very, you know, like had those like electronic feeling like keyboard. It wasn't like straight up piano. It was like I don't know how to describe it. It's like it sounds like a computer.
Like computerized digital effects.
And I like that stays around. And then you know, in Wacky at the end it hits us with a fucking electric guitar. And it's like, where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah.
I don't know who played that, but fuck. I just thought it was really cool. And it's the year of the YouTube albums. So
year of YouTubers.
Yeah, especially November. Fuck.
There's the title right there. Year of YouTubers.
Yeah. But yeah, like this month especially, like we got Matt, Quadeca, and Jakey coming out next week.
And then Joji also is arguably a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And then Rhett McLaughlin.
Rhett McLaughlin. James and the Shame.
I was like thinking Man-Made Sunshine. I'm like,
Human Overboard by James and the Shame.
Yeah, that also came out. I think
it was September.
Too. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
But very cool. Very cool to see my favorite creators putting out music.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Where we at time-wise, Mike?
38. That's not too bad. But we do need to find like 10 minutes of filler.
Did I write anything?
I don't know.
Lots of work this week. God of War.
God of War in all caps, except for the of.
Yeah.
God of War!
And then I just wrote stuff about Half-Alive, My Main Session, and Matt. What's your sex life like?
So anyways, how's your sex life? You know, lonely. Yeah, and today in philosophy we talked about
sex life.
We did, yeah,
really,
a little bit. We were.
That's weird. In biology, I also talked about sex.
Damn. Why would you do that in that class?
I don't know.
No, in philosophy, we were studying this one author's view on just like what is morally good, like what are basic human goods, I guess. But he was talking about, I don't know, things that humans should morally do or something. I don't fucking remember. Philosophy's weird. But he had very religious views when it came to sex for the purpose of procreation. So we were talking about, you know, how things like masturbation were just as bad as bestiality because they are not serving the purpose of procreation. It's like, all right, this is a view.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not fun. That's not fun at all.
Yep. Sex out of marriage, masturbation, bestiality, all the same things.
Going to hell.
Yeah.
Going to hell.
The hell train. Yes, very...
sounds so fun.
Oh, yeah, that guy must have great pussy.
Oh, yeah. How many kids does he have?
No idea. Oh, no, it's not my teacher. It's the article we were reading.
You meant the teacher.
No. My professor, I mean, he explains the information to us, like, from the viewpoint of the author, but, like, no. It wasn't his viewpoint, sex for the point of procreation.
I see.
Although he has been pretty clear that, you know, he has conservative views in, like, Christianity, so.
Fuck him.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm not sure how far and whatever, that doesn't matter. but yeah, so I mean, I guess that means my sex life is going to hell. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, procreation's just, you know, not available to me right now.
I'm sure if you looked hard enough.
Maybe.
If you want to have a kid right now.
Mm-hmm. There's probably someone out there who would. Wait, or what? Oh, you were just saying. Okay. Wait, were you saying just like pick up a kid or something?
No. Whatever. I don't know. Look up some deep philosophical questions that we can answer on pod.
Okay. We can
live on pod.
Deep philosophical. What?
Deep Phil.
Deep Phil. Oh, Deep Phil. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so we got the trolley problem.
Yeah. Let's
see.
Like
we could do something.
How do you know that God exists? Doesn't exist.
There's no reason to believe, so therefore I don't.
Awful shit happens in the world every day, and he's apparently this all-loving God, but, you know, where is he?
You're gay.
Yeah. What?
Can we know what happiness is without sadness?
Probably not. No.
I'd argue no. We agree there.
No.
Philosophical debate time. Let's see. Can a person be happy if they... Oh, that's basically the exact same fucking question. How and when did everything begin?
With the Big Bang.
It all started with the Big Bang.
Bang!
My favorite AJR song.
Yeah. Do you humans have a soul? Do animals have a soul?
That's an interesting one.
It is, but, you know, I don't know how to fucking answer it. Cause, like,
yeah.
What is a soul, you know?
We talked a lot about this in philosophy, so I've had more time to think about it. I don't know. I feel like in some way, I feel like there is some such thing as a soul, but not necessarily in, like, a religious context. Yeah. But just, like, in terms of, like... I don't know if metaphorical is the word I'm looking for, but just, like, some sort of embodiment of, like, you and your values. Something like that. Like... I don't know. I feel like there's something within that's somewhat like that. I don't know. Just your personality or something. I
guess.
Your views and all that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, I mean, you can definitely make the argument it just all comes from brain chemistry and all that kind of shit, but I don't know. I like to be a little hopelessly optimistic about that for whatever reason.
What is gravity and how does it work? Why is that philosophical?
That's my favorite philosophical question. Gravity is negative 9.8 meters per second squared, and that's how it works.
I don't remember that.
I took a physics class twice. Must we have evidence to know the truth? No.
No?
Yeah. I'm kidding.
What about God?
Exactly. That's the only way I can explain God's existence. So therefore, we don't need evidence to know the truth.
Is it wrong to lie? Is it always wrong to lie?
Oh, actually, we did kind of talk about this today.
Huh.
This author believed that, it's always wrong to lie. But I don't know.
I don't know.
There's sometimes when it's like,
if it's a little white lie,
yeah,
once in a while, it's not going to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Especially if you're just lying to be funny.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
That shit's fun. Like,
yeah.
I'll...
As long as there isn't, like, malicious intent to it,
Yeah.
Or, like... Yeah, malicious intent, I think is the best way to put it, because malicious is a strong word.
Like, I think it's fun to give somebody the completely wrong information, and then they believe it for a little while. Like, you say, like, Jim Carrey's name is actually Alan.
yeah, Alan Carey, yeah.
And then they're like, no, it isn't. And then they look it up, and they're like, you're fucking lying. And you're like, ha! Like,
yeah.
But yeah, if you're lying for the sake of just being an asshole, then fuck you. But, if you're just telling little lies once in a while, who cares?
Yeah.
God does.
God does care. If God is good, why is there so much evil in the world?
Yeah, I ask myself the same question every day.
That's just a good question. That's not philosophical. It's just...
like, the main thing I say when, like, why, if God is real, why do children have cancer? Why is there cancer in the first place? Why, why does all this bad shit happen? Why don't they do anything about it?
Yeah.
Like, give me reason. What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
Fun philosophical.
Ooh,
wait, what was
with a sad clown.
Was that was deep philosophical questions. How about fun ones?
With a sad clown. Which is easier, to love or be loved?
Definitely to love.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
You can't control being loved.
As somewhat of a hopeless romantic, I definitely agree that loving is a lot easier than being loved. Yeah.
Especially, it's like, you can't control if you are loved or not. So, like, to love is the easier and easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, I say I love shit all the time. I love you.
Love you too. That snip made it sound like you didn't. Would you break the law to save someone you love?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It depends, I guess.
I mean, I probably wouldn't, jaywalk to save someone I love.
No, definitely not.
Like, they're about to get hit by a car and I
Murder on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. Jaywalking. No, that's where
I
draw the
line. I would never jaywalk.
Yes.
If we ban drugs, why not harmful food additives and alcohol?
That's just a good point.
Yeah. If you won the lottery, would you quit your job? Why or why not? Yes, and I'd never work again.
I probably would quit my job, but also I'd probably start going deeper into the music industry and buy my way in there.
What job, Mike?
Huh?
What job are you going to quit?
Podcast owner.
Fuck you. You have all the time in the world.
Would you rather have a job that pays very little or a job that you hate that pays a great deal of money? I made this decision my senior year of high school when deciding my major for school, and I chose the very little one. How about you, Colin?
Probably the one I love, but, same here, bud.
That's true. You're not going for a high-paying job either.
I'm a teacher. And I think about why I chose that every day. But here we are.
Same here.
I haven't even started teaching kids, and I'm already at the point where I don't.
Nice. I always like to remind, because in the music program, there's a lot of music education people. And every now and then, some of them will say something like... I don't know, like the other day, someone was talking about something like pushing over a kid for something, not like in a teaching sense, but just like if a kid was annoying them, like, and I was just like, "What's your major again?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's great." Does time change from one day to the next, and is this why some days seem to go on forever?
What?
I don't know.
Does time change from one day to the next? Yes. Time goes on forever. But yes, some days do feel like they go on forever.
Yeah.
Because,
but time itself is not physically changing.
It just depends on what you're doing that day that makes it feel like it goes longer.
Unless we are switching to standard time, time does not literally change.
Yeah. You don't have, if you don't have anything to do, if you have the day off of work, or if you just don't have any, important things to do that day, time's gonna go like that. Because you're enjoying yourself. But if you're at work, or if you're doing homework, or you're in school, shit's gonna go fucking slow as hell because you're thinking about it, and it's just and it feels like it goes on forever. But time's going at the same rate every day.
Yep, believe it or not.
So time does change.
Time does not fly when you're having fun.
No. Are clowns funny or scary? We answered this on Freaky Fellas.
Honestly, neither.
Yeah.
I don't think a clown would make me funny or scared. It would just make me uncomfortable. But not in like a
funny.
I actually had to cough. Great timing. But no, they would just make me slightly uncomfortable because I think the idea of clowns is weird, but they don't scare me.
Yeah, none of these, almost all of these, are not philosophical.
Oh yeah, no, they aren't. These are just the normal questions that we fucking look up when we don't have anything to do. Can animals think or reason?
Yes.
To an extent, but
yeah,
maybe not reason.
No,
I'm not sure if I would argue that animals can reason, but they definitely can think and make decisions.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about reason because I'm not sure if a cat's weighing their options when going
now,
between
if I do this, if I jump to that table, I could miss.
Yeah. Instead, they're like, how can I jump to that table?
Yeah.
It's not. I don't really think they do reason.
And another time, it's like I'm jumping to that table, and then they miss, and it's very funny.
Mm-hmm. And then they don't do it again because they don't need to reason with themselves,
yes.
or they don't reason with themselves.
You're like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Does a person's name determine anything about their personality? If they have a bad name, or a good name, I think it can.
Yeah.
Like if someone has a really cool sounding name, I think that can boost an ego.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But like if your name's just like Josh, probably not.
I mean, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people with J names are apparently shitty. So
is that how that works?
I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother Josh. My brother Josh.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah.
And Josh from 21 Pilots.
Yeah. And Jonah Hill.
He's never done anything bad in his life.
Yeah, never.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Which is the best season?
We've talked about this before too. Honestly, fall.
Yeah.
Even though we're living in it right now, and it didn't really feel much like a fall. When it does feel like fall, it's so nice and relaxing. It's wonderful. It's great. And that's why I like the new Backseat Lovers album a lot, because it's probably going to make me think of fall every time I listen to it. So.
Hard philosophical questions.
All right, this is the last one we'll look through.
Do wars ever solve the problems of countries and governments? Almost never.
In the case of World War II,
sure,
but most of the time, no.
War's bad and not fun. It's good for the economy.
True.
But it's bad for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Actually,
this I think is an interesting one, especially for music related stuff. Do computers have the ability to be creative?
No.
Yeah.
You can make AI art,
yeah,
but it's just taking stuff from all over the internet and putting it together.
Yeah, it's pulling from other sources.
Yeah, and sometimes it's bad because it takes copyright art and signed art and just melds it into something, and people have their signatures in that AI art.
Oh, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's not great.
It's not good.
Yeah. No, I would agree. Yeah, I mean, I hear this argument a lot with people with electronic music and stuff, and then AI generated music is kind of starting to be a thing too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not being creative because it's pulling from, pre-existing things. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AI is cool.
Yeah.
But,
it can be used as a tool for inspiration. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not, in its own right creative.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Cool.
Cool.
All right. Where we at?
We're probably at a good time now.
All
right.
right.
We're all good. Do you want to... We usually spin the wheel after Song of the Week, right? Okay. Stay tuned for that. It is me up first this week for Song of the Week. And like I was talking about, I'm really enjoying this. Actually, wait. I just want to briefly talk because I forgot that I listened to 2 other albums this week.
Oh.
I listened to an album called I Let It In and It Took Everything by a band called Loathe. A friend turned me on to them. They're like an alt metal band, but they also like played with like shoegaze and stuff on this album. I thought it was interesting. I liked it, but I wasn't huge on all like the screamy bits because I'm just not much of a metal listener, and sometimes I think it didn't work very well. But you know, that's the thing. I'll talk more about that in our monthly roundup. But then I also listened to Titanic Rising by Wise Blood. I actually don't know how to pronounce her name.
I've seen that name before, but I didn't know how to fucking pronounce it.
I think it's Wise Blood, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is like I think art pop is what it technically is, but it's like really pretty produced pop. It's got some like Beatles feel to it, in my opinion. But yeah, I like this quite a bit. It's a pretty good album. And she has another one coming out like next week or something, and that's maybe what made me check it out, because it's like #1 on Album of the Year right now, even though it's not released because people review fucking spammed it. Whatever. I don't care. I'll probably still check it out, but yeah, just wanted to mention that. But anyways, I was thinking of choosing something from the Wise Blood album, but after the Quadeca album has really been hitting with me, I think I'm going to choose something from there, and I'm going to go with Born Yesterday from there, the lead single, just because it's really, really impactful.
All right.
Cool. Born Yesterday, Quadeca. All right, Born Yesterday by Quadeca. What'd you think of that?
It was very good. I see what you meant with the injury reserve, feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting, very good. You showed me where the Beatles, not reference, the sample.
Yeah, I was trying to.
The sample was from, but I am also not a, I haven't listened to Revolver very much, so.
Gotcha. Really? I think a lot of people say that's like their favorite sometimes.
I know it's one of the big ones, but it's just I like songs from it, but it hasn't been one of my favorites.
Yeah, one of these days when we get to that R's analysis,
it's gonna be a long one.
It will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
A good song though.
Yeah. I think a little bit of a justice. One of the lore for the Broken Boys, if you will, is Sisyphus by Quadeca was once in the Song of the Week playlists, but was taken out because that exact same week, That Funny Feeling from Bo Burnham, or I think just the special came out that week, and I was like, That Funny Feeling I like more than Sisyphus, but because there isn't a physical version of That Funny Feeling, I went with Sisyphus, which I still love a lot. But then later on, Inside the Album came out, and then I was like, all right, well, just to make things even on both of our ends, I got rid of Sisyphus and then put in That Funny Feeling. So Quadeca, welcome back to the Broken Boys Song of the Week playlist.
Good to have you.
Good to have you. But yeah, no, I really enjoy that track. I really love that ending and all those little things I should have said out loud. It's like, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really good headphone song too. But yeah. What do you got? What are you thinking?
I'm not gonna go Matt Watson 3 weeks in a row. I know everyone wants it, but I won't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I already picked my favorite song from the album a few weeks ago when it came out. Mm-hmm. So, no, I don't think either of us picked a song from the new Backseat Lovers album, Waiting to Spill.
That's true.
So I'm gonna go with Words I Used by the Backseat Lovers.
Sick. Sounds great.
Tried my best this time to keep your hand in mine.
Alright, Words I Used by the Backseat Lovers.
Mm-hmm.
What you think?
I still love it. Yeah. I told Colin before, and I'm still having trouble associating the names of these songs with how they sound for whatever reason. But as soon as it started, I'm like, yes. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites on the album. I think that's the one I've played the most. But
it's a great one.
It's just, I love the fucking part. I don't know. Was there a name for that where it's like the the part where they're both singing. It's like, na, da, da.
Oh, yeah, I guess just like the vocal harmony.
Yeah.
It's kind of counterpoint if you really want to get technical, but
Okay.
you wouldn't have known that.
No.
It's like brief vocal counterpoint, two voice counterpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
You asked.
yeah, I did. And then I like when the piano gets a little ragtime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just really love that song. I really love that album.
I do too.
One of my favorites of the year.
It's a really nice album, and I think it'll work well in the winter as well. Even though it does kind of feel like a definitive fall album to me, I think the quiet moments will really be like when I'm nice and depressed. So.
Yeah. Which is every day for me. So
yeah, true.
No, like there was when the album came out, I might have just been last week even. I was just walking on campus and the fucking leaves were all falling off the trees for some reason, and like it was just noise cancellation off or on, and it just I forget what song it was, but it was one of the songs in the album. I was just listening through it, and like all the leaves were falling like right in front of my face, and I was just like, this is perfect.
They really hit the vibe like perfectly with like
I don't know how the fuck they did it.
It's great stuff. Yeah.
All right, you want to spin that wheel?
Sure.
Let's spin that wheel.
So we are rigging a little bit again this week because of me. I'm very busy, and I will not be able to listen to all 10 Beatles albums. I don't know how much they have. I think it's 9 actually.
Something like that.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead.
Sorry. So we rigged it to of the discographies we have. There's like 6 max on like a couple of the artists, I think, and then there's also Radiohead in there just because I can talk about them, and Colin is comfortable doing that, even though the work displacement.
It was the same thing with Kanye, really.
That's true.
But if you don't know, we do a pretty much monthly series.
Oh yeah, I should have explained what the fuck we were talking about.
Called Artist Analysis, where we go through an artist's entire discography.
Yeah.
And we spin a wheel just to make it random, and we do that every 5 episodes.
Yes, sir.
So here we go. Gonna spin that wheel for you folks. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
I don't know. I can't read it.
21 Pilots.
Huh. Who?
I don't know.
It actually is pretty shocking. We're doing them now. We've done over a year of these episodes without 21 Pilots. So.
Yeah, they weren't even on the wheel for a long time.
They weren't?
Yeah,
No.
I didn't put them on for whatever reason.
No.
Just,
We've talked a lot about them before.
Yeah. This will be the easiest one for both of us.
That's true. So we'll go through all their albums, self-titled, Regional at Best, Vessel, Blurry Face, Trench, and Scale and Icy, which is that 6 albums or is that 5? That's 6.
6?
6
All
albums.
right.
Cool. Yeah, and that'll be an easy listen for both of us.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, sick. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, it's gonna be a fun one.
Yep.
Buckle up, clickies.
Yeah.
We're going on a ride.
Yes, sir.
But you want to close this out this week, Mike?
Yeah, I can do that. It's been a while since I've done a closing.
Gotta
I don't even know
steamroll
where the hell I am.
Fair.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this episode, if you're on stream, goddamn, take two.
Fuck this. I'm doing it.
If you're on streaming services, thank you very much. We appreciate the support. We get to see our MILF analytics because of you guys.
Yes.
But if you want to see our faces, you can come over to the YouTube, where we're under the same name, BrokeN Boys, BOIS.
BrokeN Boys Podcast.
BrokeN Boys Podcast. You can come watch our episodes, see our beautiful faces. Me, Mike. C, Colin.
C.
Colin, yes. Over there, if you don't want to see our faces, but you do want to see, additional content from us, you can go into the description. We got links to the Song of the Week playlist where you can listen to Born Yesterday, or you can listen to, I'm so sorry.
Words I Use.
Words I Use. I blanked. Words I Use by the Backseat Lover. Fantastic song.
And Born Yesterday by Quadeca.
Yes. I think I said that.
You didn't say Quadeca. You just said Born Yesterday.
You can listen to both of those songs. I'm out of practice.
I know.
And also, I'm just out of it in general. Not too much. Last week was worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do those. But then you can also see our socials. Go follow Colin on Album of the Year or in his Letterboxd.
Yeah, I reviewed the Weird Al Yankovic story, which is when
did you go to see that?
Yeah, I didn't see it. It was like a
it's a streaming thing.
It was a streaming thing, and it's a biopic, but it's a parody biopic, so none of it's real, and it's amazing. I also reviewed All Quiet on the Western Front, which is about World War One, which is fitting for Veterans Day, which is today when we're recording.
That's true.
Okay, go ahead.
After Colin took over his own spot.
All right, I just wanted to shout out what I did.
I'm kidding. Go check those out. If you're into movies or if you're into albums, you can go check out the Album of the Year. If you're into music,
Yeah.
He also runs our Twitter page as well as our TikTok page, so go follow those as well. Give us some support. He puts work into those.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, you can go check out, I have a lot of stuff down there. You can find me behind you. But you can also find me on Spotify and Apple Music under Plaintive. The links will be down there below, as well as any other streaming service. I should be there. You can listen to my album Coping Mechanism before it's the end of the year. You don't want to miss out on a release this year, do you?
No.
Yeah.
Listen to his album.
Yeah.
Or else.
Or else.
He is right behind you, so he could do awful things.
Exactly. So listen to it. And check out my soundtrack when that comes out in a couple weeks, too. Check it out right now. Yeah, you got those. I think my Instagram's down there, my TikTok as well as my Album of the Year. I do some album reviews on there. I like doing that. I think that's all. I think I hit everything.
I think so.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
And if you're on YouTube and you hate seeing us, there's also links to a whole bunch of podcasting platforms where you can listen to our voices instead of seeing our faces.
Yeah. And if you don't like seeing our faces, why?
I mean, I know why for me, but
why?
But yeah, I think that's really about it. So
all right, well, see you MILFs.
See you
next week.
That's our fan base name now. It's just the MILF.
We love you, MILFs.
We love you, MILFs. Woo!